A lot of aggressive plays in the pistol rounds to isolate a fight, isolate a kill, give yourself some sort of an advantage early on. And we've seen it again here on Dust2. So they end up in the 5v4 right off the rip. And now it's even better. That drops the utility for Virtus.pro as well. That's a problem here. The utility's up on the Xbox. Presumably one nade can be retrieved, but they're going to do some work beforehand. And Flit will go about putting in that labor. He's found the Molotov. That's all they've got to work with now from the util spot. And admittedly, with Junior and Goose, the molly wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if he deployed it correctly.
Wouldn't be a bad one at all. Rotation is still being a little bit cut off here in mid, and you're right, the molly's there, the spread, Junior's burning, has to swing, but somehow he's made it into the site and is still alive, 14 HP. Jame will eventually finish him, but still, remember Buster out towards mid. The hunt is on for him. Floppy whips it around with a 180, finds the shot still. It's a post plant for VP.
Bump down, at least some money going forward at a minimum, and now Flit to hold the line. Never mind. Both players deleted. Defuse on Complexity will take through that pistol round. Fang, a little bit of giggles setting in there.
I think he said, "Did you see that?" or something like that. If I'm a proper lip reader, something along those lines. I'm sure we'll get a look back at the shots.
Are you a proper lip reader?
Not really.
It's not part of your toolkit?
Not really, no. But you know, sometimes you can just tell. And sometimes you can tell, okay, yeah, these are the shots that they were talking about. That is the shot Fang wanted the rest of his squad to show. Really good way to get started. Very inspired pistol rounds out of Complexity, which you do love to see for this squad. Is the buy-up very solid. Just a scout for Jame on the VP front.
Now, if you recall, that pistol round, a little push in towards the playground last map, you may be a bit nervous for Complexity. But they're not going aggressive on this one. They're sitting on their haunches. They're chilling. They're chilling. They don't want to give any of those early opportunities, and they have conceded cat control. So the Virtus.pro bunched a triple of players, and a fourth to soon join them. This is where the threat's going to come. Jame trying to open things up with the scout. There's one on the other side. Where's Junior got that? Out towards the car. As he comes around, Jame sees nothing. Nothing garnered, and a smoke to chase will shut down that avenue of approach and send them exploring in other directions to try and find that initial kill.
Rework through mid here for VP. No real utility to work with, so if they want to cross mid, it'll be a risk. Still, Jame has that scout, so at range could try and find some impact off it. That's the first tag coming through. Buster down to 1 HP. And Virtus.pro now holding on for a moment. Now the push to come through. Again, there's no util in it. Just has to be this death ball at range. It's a connection from both sides. Floppy on one half and his teammates on the other. A single player will fall. And a deagle will be picked up for Buster at very least. But JT should be able to lock this down. Surely nothing more is to come. And nothing more will.
Just about the last bullet in that Famos, but it's enough. It's plenty. And Complexity are going to be rocked through with just the one casualty, so the economy can build up here a bit early on. Investment's going to come through from Virtus.pro, though, and they've got the AWP right off the rip. Flit going to make some sacrifices to get that gun going. See, he does have an AK down. Okay. Okay. There the investment comes through. Thought the man might be just stuck out in the cold there. But it's all right. And that's a tag early on, so they know the ops on the field, and JT bears the brunt of the damage.
Good start for the side of VP. Already good presence towards the lower tunnels to try and deny any aggression, but Kicker was not quite ready for Grim. So Grim opens things up cleanly. Complexity have another 5v4 to play around. What's the reply out of VP? Previously, it was again to pressure this mid-control. Something that JT has early days done well to deny, and now he has even more support. Fang is here, and he looks to toy around with this smoke. Make sure no one's getting aggressive on that Xbox. And if the timing's wrong, YEKINDAR could be in trouble, but no. Fang falls away. It's a reflash in, though, just for a peek.
Well, they're trying to find that pick, right? They were hoping someone was closed doors, something that they can bring back the numbers with. YEKINDAR, aggressive to find it, wants to open something up for his team. But it's not going to happen. It'll elude him, at least for the moment. They won't give him the threat. Instead, he's going to try and make some noise out catwalk, maybe draw a rotation, maybe draw presence. But the problem is the bulk of this CT defense is still positioned, focused on the tunnels. And a timely Molotov will slow down this take for Virtus.pro at the very least. As soon as Floppy pops up, he's going to realize what's happening. And he doesn't even need to see. He can get it off the lineup. The flashbang doesn't matter. He's doing the damage. Flit connects, but they're running out of time. They're running out of clock here, and it's all on to Flit. And there's so much more work to do. He's going to have to back away, save the AWP, and try and beat a hasty retreat to keep this gun alive.
He's being hunted, though. And in the close corner sits Grim. Should be able to hear these footsteps. He's waiting till after time. Wants the full punish on this one. I think Flit didn't actually die before the timer ticked on down.
Nope.
So a bit of mercy out of Grim.
Perhaps, but no AWP.
No.
That one taken from him. And that means an upgrade for Junior as well. Which is not a bad result here. So Complexity, a nice start here on Dust2. Virtus.pro just really not showing much. I mean, in that last round, right, they lose the initial pick as Grim gets aggressive towards long, and then they spend a long time trying to find something to come back. And Complexity just don't give them an inch.
An inch of JT showing, though. And a bit of chip damage received, but Grim will refight in for the space, knows that a player's isolated. The nade doesn't finish, not even close. No damage taken. So Flit's still rather healthy in this one, as YEKINDAR has gotten himself down below the Xbox. Graham doesn't want to overcommit. Could have been risky, but the CT's retreat.
Could have been dangerous indeed. If they try and re-aggress out towards long, that's another threat. Kickert's found the space. He's bringing in a teammate with him. That's James. James gets the tag. Softens a player up, but Junior re-establishing control and shutting this down. Fang lost. Means that the site itself is opened up. Grim has to be careful about this fight. Doesn't have the established health for this. And there's a player down already. Junior had no idea, didn't have the comms, didn't have the awareness. And with Grim faltering, that's the site ripped wide open and a tough retake on deck for JT and Floppy.
There was a moment of risk. The bomb was stuck back away. It's made the rotation, though. Complexity, they pushed all the way out through the B tunnels. But they're not finding anything off this cross. There was a gap, sure, but Floppy cannot capitalize.
They're backing away.
They're saving. It's the reasonable choice, but from such a good start, right? Double opener from the op of Junior. And then he just gets a little lost in the sauce. Someone drops ahead of him, not able to find the adjustment in time. And on the ramp, the final defender from Cole cannot hold either. This was an opportunity for the early momentum, the early punish for Complexity. It's all been stolen away.
I think that Virtus.pro maybe get a little fortunate there, but YEKINDAR is still able to capitalize, and that's what's important for them. Critical kills at critical junctures. So Virtus.pro are on the board. This next round will be a huge swing. There's money available for Complexity. They shouldn't have any issues reinvesting here, but it will require that money dump. Will require that cash to come through, and for Virtus.pro, here's a chance to crack them early. Oh, that was filthy.
Yeah.
That first deke shot was disgusting.
Yeah, and that's what gives him the deagle, gives him the opportunity on the drop down. Big stuff out of YEKINDAR. And VP as well starting to look good. 3-1 though, still the lead for Complexity. They'll take a tactical timeout. Stem the bleeding before it gets too bad. Plenty of money left in the tank, but if you lose this round, things get dangerous.
It's crazy to think that that guy, just that picture, looks so welcoming.
He looks like such a nice guy.
Fear. Inspires fear in so many, and it should.
It does. Certainly if you're Complexity.
Yeah.
Because he's just won a round that never should have even been a chance. Nearly single-handedly for VP.
Flit as well. Stacking strengths on strengths in this roster. In the arms race of the Counter-Strike world, trying to contend for that #1 spot. They need to check the box of this victory first. Junior up close. We'll be watching to see if they get adventurous through mid. There's the smoke for it. He actually gets the tag through door, but he's caught in geometry. Molotov helps keep him safe, and I think the tag on Flit might have persuaded them this was, in fact, a bad idea. They'll have no idea about that damage. But JT finds it, just spamming on through. And now an early advantage is here for Complexity Gaming.
And there's not a lot of space to speak of for Virtus.pro. Even some deep utility towards the tunnels. Complexity keeping the pressure on this side of the map. But a minute left on the clock. And utility still in the belts of Virtus.pro, but out towards long, Junior has a reposition. He's set up with a crossfire. Ping pong player in the pit. Junior shoots, falls away. The pit strikes. A Viper down below. But the setup's not going to be tested. Instead, YEKINDAR will look to claim space towards the catwalk. At least that's what the early indication was. Commitment, though, a different story. It's VP. They like their timer. They use it to their advantage.
Yeah, they've done this before, right? Try and make a little noise towards catwalk, then come out mid and attempt to split on towards B. So complexity, at least for now, they're not flinching. They're not hesitating, and it's going to be the right read. Here comes the play once more. Split out B. Try and make their way on through. Smoke for the cross, and here they come. Big first kill, but do they expect Fang tucked in the corner? They don't at all! Fang strikes, bites right into them, and he will dismantle the round. Looking for the last as well. It's JT from the car, and a round collected for complexity.
Instant reply out of Cole, and it was such a nice way to get things started. Junior's AWP again hitting. This time just a tag, but the connection off the wallbang was there, and you never are ready for the second player. VP have tried that multiple times. This time, read into. Still, though, money's up. Loss bonus allows it. They'll be able to reinvest into James' AWP. Do they want a faster fight here? They might just. James posted in mid. He's trying to hold for this, and he's found a great angle to connect onto JT. And now complexity. Sure, they have space in lower and out towards catwalk, but they've completely lost long. Still, it should be enough to either set themselves up for a strong retake on A, or to at least hold for the cross, continue to apply the pressure. That's even if VP wants this. They'll hold for now.
I got the info that no one's in tunnels. They can rotate off of this, leave one player here to hold, and back away to reinforce with long take, and that is going to be the approach for VP. So complexity need to move quickly if they're going to get into the angle.
Graham.
Where's Junior? He needs to get posted up. That would be the big advantage, getting the op back in the fray. And Floppy's got the secondary, which is interesting here. Not something he always does. Smoke up to cover the cross. Here comes the play. Grim with the Molotov down, but they're past it, and he's dancing on the grain, but he'll be beaten.
Now a post punt here. And it's double op retake. Unless you get something cleanly initially for one of these ops, it has to be a save. They're already out of it.
Yeah, no interest. Interestingly, that was JT's first death in the game.
7-1.
Curious note there. Been taking notes from the opera on the other side, one might say. Gets a VP second round. Clean as well. Not a bullet of damage.
Nothing doing. We're calling this one. My interest is where they're going to place this double up into the next round, because there wasn't too much committed at all towards the long fight there. It was space conceded over to VP off of what Cole gained early towards the lower tons, but they were never in a position to capitalize off of it. You have a sole player on that A site, and Grim gets just a little too overzealous. Knew the pressure was on him to provide a gap for those ops to establish and hope to find some impact, but he didn't get it done.
I think maybe the idea was, right, after the pick goes on towards JT, you focus your attention towards mid, thinking that maybe they take the space, knowing that they've dropped a player mid doors.
That's true.
And you try and punish it, but
I mean, VP have done it before.
VP just immediately slide in towards long, and with that, press towards the side. It works out well. Heavy emphasis on the long fight here, but a player in pit cannot get there. No safe haven. Flashes galore, but YEKINDAR wants to go forward into it. He's losing teammates, but he's gotten past them. It's a bit awkward. Fang dropped an advantage. Virtus.pro.
3-2 now. Junior still holds himself on this line, but he's alone at the car, and utility, it's only a molly to work with. Pressing forward is Junior. James on the other side, and the feet they show.
Tricky to sneak feet past James. Always ready for him. JT with that op. Secondary op. But can he be the primary force in this round for complexity? Because right now, he's the only force. That's all they got. Do you believe?
Not quite.
Yeah, I believe he's mostly probably going to try and save this gun.
If he gets another kill, that's great. Deal some damage onto that VP eco, but even that wouldn't find him too much. Better off in just trying to hold this weapon. He is backstabbing, though. If VP keeps stalling, there's a chance he gets something weird going on here. But look at James.
Nah, he's just coming back.
Yeah, posted on the angle. No commitment.
See, I think Kicker kind of looks like Dinko.
You reckon?
There's a bit of it. Hold on. Pull up his cam. Yeah, look at that.
It does.
There's some resemblance. It might be the haircut.
Dinko. JT's dead. Whoa. Survives for a moment. Dinko will
Dinko
close
gets the
things
kill.
on out. Yeah, good work out of him.
Good job, Dinko.
I heard Dinko had a really good HLTV rating. Maybe you guys should check that out.
Does he have one? I'm checking, pulling up the stats right now. Oh, he does. He has a page at least. One match. A show match from 2019.
Rough one for him. Let's just say.
Not a good one.
And a rough round here for Complexity. Just USPs to work with, and Jame already strikes blood. What's the rating?
It's 0.7. 0.7, that's rough. YEKINDAR, making sure that his rating's going to keep improving with this one. Eaten 5 after a nice little tasty 3 eco kills.
4-4 now. VP able to tie things on up. Complexity now. Do they even want to commit further into the op? They will buy none into this round. Money does not allow it. Floppy could have, but the utility just a little bit more important. The priority for Complexity. My question now is, do they go for another bit of aggression? With the Sevier setup on the rifles, it's 3 out towards long. They want the duel in that direction, but VP's not fighting it this round. They're giving that space. Instead, the emphasis, again, is out towards mid.
Grim's going to get aggressive here. He got a kill very early in the half, and he's taking this control in long house. Kicker just waiting on the other side, though. Ready to punish. Ready to hold for it. Flashbangs through. They're taking this mid control. They're taking this mid presence, and nothing really showing for Complexity just yet. Junior even falling off, conceding that space means that YEKINDAR gets forward. They might just find this as a bit of an invitation to go in towards Catwalk. YEKINDAR's going to see what they give him. So far, they're giving him a lot. Nothing seen, though, just yet. Where are these players, Virtus.pro, wonder?
Questions that are yet to find an answer, Jame. He's got the angle, and he's found the shot. Fang, unfortunate for him. It was only a dink through the wall, and now Grim toys with the idea of aggression, but Kickert is so patient, and Kickert has been holding this entire time. We'll claim the blood. And the final 2 players of Colt, again, trapped out towards B for Floppy especially. This has been a game of saving, a game of playing late in towards these rotations and never having a chance to defend. The save might not even fully be allowed. You already see Virtus.pro posturing to deny these weapons. They have the money to do so. I mean, Kickert sitting on a fortune.
They're setting the trap here. Well, Jaws are closing in around Complexity. 2 players in the sight. Just Floppy and JT trying to hold the line. Trying to mount a defense with no hope of winning the round itself. Here comes the play. Here comes the peek. There comes the swing, and Flit's got the first. All onto Floppy now, dancing between the flames and the boxes on sight, trying to find something, anything to hold on to, and, well, he will float away to his grave.
And now for Complexity. Do you even invest anything off of that? Loss bonus is good, so maybe put some deagles behind this round, hope for the best, but these entries for VP have been so swift. Over towards the Catwalk especially, it's been Flit again, stepping up. YEKINDAR and Flit, this duo, putting a ton of impact for Virtus.pro. 3 kills in the last round for the new addition, Complexity. They'll take their second tack.
It's been a little while for Complexity, right? So get these pauses in early. You don't want to wind up massively down, requiring another flawless T-side comeback. Want to start to fix some of these issues. Now, what's the antidote? Maybe aggression, right? Obviously, we saw Grim trying to do a little bit of that outside of the longhouse, but he was held for it the entire time. There wasn't really much of a chance to do anything with that. So where do you go? This round, not going to be much doing. 5-7s, deagles, a little something. And aggression in towards lower is going to be the answer for JT. Trying to punish in mid, not going to happen. Not with James Alp on the other side. Maybe something works here, but a spray down for YEKINDAR is good so far, and he will find the second as well. Finally punished, but Junior and Floppy are now in a 2v4 with not a lot to work with.
Shots just not hitting for Junior. Flit won't miss his, and Floppy will fall too. VP, this pacing they're taking has been so punishing for Complexity. That economy has been ripped wide open, but off the save, off the Deagles, reinvestment will come. We need to see something else out of Junior. The Des set him up as a win condition, and right now, it's just not happening. There's been no shutdown. The second that James got out this op, he has just been a continual presence, even when it was the double op setup. Cole found practically nothing off of it.
Now, I know in the pregame I said I wanted the JT 40 bomb. He's top of the board right now. It's not an encouraging sign for Complexity because it means some of the other firepowers may be gone missing. There we go. Junior getting a bit more dynamic, but he's only going to get the one. At least he takes Flit out of the round, but it's a flitting moment. And Junior's immediately punished back the other way. James sliding under the crosshair of JT. What a shot there from James. So savvy in his angles. Now pressure's going to be on towards the B-side player. That's Floppy, and he's already done. YEKINDAR could just hold the line here and punish, and Grim has no hope of taking this one. At least he can make sure YEKINDAR cannot just chase with nothing coming back the other way. But this one looks like it's done, and frankly, Kicker hunting up long might still find this last gun.
And you can wrap back tunnels, have someone to pinch this one on off. Grim is in trouble in this one. At least he gets a special delivery. An AK-47 courtesy of YEKINDAR. But the entries from that man, ridiculous. In that round, trade onto Junior, instantaneous, only the head was showing, and then you immediately take that with pace. Run your way up through mid, fight for more frags, completely isolate the sole two defenders towards the B side of the map. The site anchor also to be caught off guard. The shot from James especially wild in that one. Something needs to change for Cole.
They're not going to get too many more chances to make these changes, right?
No.
Not too many rounds left in this particular half. And this round, you'll just be on the pistols. Just be on the pistols once again on the back foot. This lead is becoming oppressive.
Again, it feels a little similar almost to that series against Heat and their map of Ancient, where the adaptations are so slow. It's just a few rounds behind. VP has already changed up their playstyle by then. But now, maybe something a little more doing. Not to be. YEKINDAR to deny. Sure, the Deeg shots are fantastic, but the reply even more so. And one player has already shown for Complexity. The other's still unknown. That's the man towards the catwalk. But it's just as easy for Fang. He can't swing this. Bomb will rotate back on over.
It's another monstrous game for YEKINDAR. And he's got this entire site, right? He doesn't know it yet. He hasn't poked his nose in, but they do know they've killed both of the usual B-side anchors. So they got a pretty darn good idea that this is free and clear. James working on getting rid of guns just to make sure nothing can be given over. No easy opportunities given to these players to salvage some weaponry and bring it forward. Oh, speaking of easy opportunities, Junior. Oh no, he's missed his chance. Now they know he's here. Now they're wise to it. Had the element of surprise, could not capitalize. And with that, their dying gasp of hope in this round may have just gone away. The gun's even blown away from the hands of Fang. That HE, whether intended or not, removes the rifle from his grasp, and now he's been spotted. James got this, and James escorts him to the end.
Not the cleanest round for the VP camp, but still such a good way to reply. Awful initial piece of aggression. YEKINDAR shuts down with the even trades. He even found a third later on in towards that round. Impressive stuff again from YEKINDAR. 16 kills, 132 ADR. It's a one-man mission to deny Complexity anything.
He's incredible. He really is
Auto
incredible.
snipers out for Flit.
And you already think, he's achieved such high heights already, and it just feels like he's getting better. Doesn't feel like he's hit his ceiling. Continues to ascend. So the auto sniper will be left behind. Just having a little bit of fun on the door spam. And the money is flowing to such a degree that they can do that. They can have a little bit of fun. They got plenty of cash. I mean, Kickert's still got 15K. Just chilling in his back pocket. It's a heck of a 401k.
It's quite a chunk of change to hold on to. JT aggression. AWP hits. This is the second attempt at that double up setup, this time in the hands of the IGL instead of in the hands of Floppy. Finds success, but the reply, it's fast out of Virtus.pro, and Fang could be in trouble. He's relatively alone on the site. His aid towards long is late on the rotations, but he still takes down YEKINDAR. And now Junior has made it past the smokes and will look to hold alongside his teammate. It's 3 members of Complexity here, the 4th just a hair away, and Floppy finds James. So Flit pressures on him, and he needs something, but the spray does not work, and it's a flawless round. Complexity, they turn the ship 180.
There we go. Heck of a way to build yourself something back into this. And 2 more rounds to contest in the half. They'll get a real chance at it. They'll get the guns to work with. JT's aggressive opening things up is a bit of a shock to the Virtus.pro system, and from there it just doesn't get better. So JT still leading the board for his team. Would love one of these stars to come online. But for now, if he has to do it himself, he'll do it himself. Make it happen. Aggression in towards lower. Fang already into this. Player's past him, and that one gets away. A missed shot as well. JT, they really bet on this play. And the bet did not pay off. Always gamble carefully, folks, and they're going to lose it all.
Just might. But the double down is an opportunity for Grim. Kickard is ready for this. If Grim pushes, he's a dead man. But the same is true for the other side, a standoff. And amid it's the op duel again. James, he's just always holding this angle. Top mid, late into the rounds, finding impact. Cole gets greedy. And Grim is rewarded, but damage was done. This might just call for something over towards the B site. Flits in mid. B is open for business. They don't even want it, though. They want these duels instead. Grim will give it to him. He has a nade to go deep. Flit! Alive with 3 HP. And the bomb has turned around. It's rotated to the free site. And Flit has ended things in the 1v1.
Unfortunate the nade doesn't catch. At least Grim gets an opportunity at it. Still an improbable situation. But Virtus.pro draw that round back. The bold play in towards lower. They risked a lot upon it. And YEKINDAR rebuffed. So one more round to try and scrape something out of this. The double up is reinvested into. There's a lot of scopes on the other side. Flit rocking the Krieg, I think probably just for this initial spot. Trying to do some damage to the doors. They don't actually, despite many bullets going down range. YEKINDAR's playing with a secondary op on T side. That's interesting.
You have the money, you have the confidence, might as well try something.
The aggro push again, a flashbang for Buster. He doesn't go through with it.
But the noise is made. Complexity have to fall off the play. And now in mid, Grim is wary. But the push hasn't come through yet. It's the right read that something could be going on in this area of the map. And the nade does good damage. Flit chipped down to just 44 HP.
Spot. James not going to connect that time. Just a pixel of an angle. Tough to hit here. And time is whittling off the clock. 50 seconds, right? And Virtus.pro, they have tunnels control. But not a lot of other information. Nothing long. They're just now starting to establish some presence catwalk. And it does seem like that might be the way this round ends.
Seems to be. And James is still holding the cross. Fang is in close, so you can try and backstab this one if the play develops towards the catwalk, but now he's mollied. Will be unable to help his teammates, and James is still holding this cross. Grim flash misses, but so too does the shot. A site, though, it's been taken. YEKINDAR working through on this entry. Still, there's a risk factor. Down below in the CT spawn, it's Grim. Fang to support him, but the plant's coming through. It's for the catwalk, but Cole, honestly, well established. They have players in long. They still have players down below, but it's a matter of this re-clear in mid. Kickard is holding that space, and YEKINDAR is contesting out towards long. Floppy will walk up, and Jane will be forced off the angle, so Floppy opens, but the trades, they're excellent. Buster and Flit both coming alive, and the long play completely denied. JT, the final piece to fall. 10 rounds for VP at the half. Well, the NA hopes rely on another unreasonable comeback. It's a 5-10 half Virtus.pro, just pounding complexity here on Dust2.
To be fair, it's a slightly less unreasonable comeback than yesterday. So,
one round.
You know,
One
if you want to
round.
catch lightning in a bottle twice here, complexity, now would be the time to do it.
And
Say
Flit.
lightning doesn't strike twice, but I believe.
Well, Flit, he's trying to create a storm of his own. Aggressive out towards mid. YEKINDAR as well.
Look at those odds.
Those odds. That is some of the worst odds I have seen. 1.01.
Is that
bet on VP.
I mean, that's the series, right? Not just the map, I'd assume.
I think that's the
'Cause,
series.
My goodness. People do not have the NA opium.
YEKINDAR, though.
Okay. JT
He's
setting up a
looking
smoke.
to get the hopium straight on out of here. Flit has a double. It's 3. He'll just tap away. Execution in public, in daylight. There's not a care in the world for this VP squad. Junior has absolutely zero chance. As the breath just gets knocked out of complexity. A flawless pistol for VP.
So if after that first half, complexity was on life support, I think Flit just unplugged the machine. My goodness. Snappy
Stunning.
shooting. Considering he was tagged early on, right? Just fearless. Fearless with that oosp. Little oosp is... just works good. Many shots.
And now this buy, less than stellar, to say the least. The double scout, deagles for everyone else. Cole's good with him, but the buy is excellent here on the VP camp. They'll play in pretty safe angles, barring Kickert, who takes a bit of a risk, but off the nade, he'll fall away.
Double scout by. Look, JT was hitting with the scope in the first half. Considering the fact that he majorly outperformed his star upper, that's maybe not concerned, or a little concerning rather, but hey, maybe JT can do it again. He's looking for that shot on the ramp player. This nade's going to be chunky. No, not so much. It's the shot back the other way that's more impactful. Still 2 players here. Ramp and Car, and they're going to be able to set up, and Flit once again is going to be able to stack the kill count. He is racking up the numbers here at the start of the second half, and he wants more. Why not? An ace for Flit.
3K into an ace. 8 kills already in this half.
He just pulled into the lead above YEKINDAR with 2 rounds.
Wild. Wild. And from a pretty large deficit as well. In the kill department, complexity now. They forced into that last one. The buy here is suboptimal. Tech9's a smoke for Floppy, one for JT as well. Where are they sending this one? Rush B, no stop. NA Classic. How much
Molly's
can they
down.
get out of it? No, they're fighting lower
Player lower.
instead.
James got him.
here, he has the MP9, but he only has 1 kill. Sure, it's some money, but a gun given over the nade should finish grim. It will. Kickert from range. Now YEKINDAR up to bat. That's 1. Second to spray away 2. JT didn't even upgrade his gun. Invested into that smoke instead, and now he's in trouble. 1v4, more damage would be great. But VP have this lockdown. Kickert has the swing. And it's 13 found.
So there's a couple kills back for YEKINDAR. He gets to get in on the fun, gets to get in on the action. Been deprived the last couple. Was hungry for it. Virtus.pro just need 3 more rounds here to book a final spot, and everything is looking good for VP. Everything's coming up Virtus.pro. Junior's got the AWP here, though. They've invested into it. They made it a point of pride, a point of emphasis, and he needs to get something out of the gun this time. Fang and Grim will get nothing. Burned and shot alive. They're done. They're out. And Kickert's looking to make this even worse. JT at least able to respond here on the weaker rifle of the FAMAS, but he is low, and the advantage is still firmly in favor of Virtus.pro.
Jame taking a bit more risk than usual, poking with the USP, but he doesn't overcommit to it. Flash to buy time. YEKINDAR is the man to anchor, and he's been fantastic all day long. Floppy will swing. YEKINDAR will spray. It's labored. Finds it eventually. Junior does trade out, but Flit is here, and JT finds him. The low HP not proving to be an issue, and now the molly to force Jame on back, so it falls to a retake. And an op available, you can toss that over to JT, or Junior can stick with it. No Bogdan's Law here. He wants the duel instead. Will push up towards the catwalk, but he's not ready. A man not there, so the timing Could become an issue, but it won't. He fords the river, makes the cross, and now Jame only sees one, but Buster's taking it down. Junior's position now could prove critical because he's found a freebie, and now it falls to Buster on the cross, the only piece of utility used, and Junior holds the line.
They needed it. They needed it. They needed something out from Junior, and there's a little moment of brilliance. Something to give them around in a moment of desperation, and it does deliver. Considering the early disadvantages, this is quite the recovery in the moment. They'll need a whole lot more from that department. The pressure's coming immediately back in. Double up as well. YEKINDAR opting to go glass cannon here, which is interesting because he spent 78.50, so he dropped 2 guns. Or rather, dropped a gun and bought the up. Either way, it's going to work out. 2 kills, 1 bullet. YEKINDAR making it sing, rewarding the investment with 3 kills. They've taken the site, but at what cost? At what cost? The bomb not even planted just yet, and they are torn to shreds, Mimi.
It's tough. Now Grim has to make a play. He'll charge forward. Timing's good for it if he takes this duel. Jame, just the AWP and the shadow advantage. It all favors Grim. But the time continues to tick, and the op continues to show. Jame still finds it. Connection with the op. Junior would need another clutch. And this time, he's just not up to that task. Too tall an ask. Virtus.pro, a step closer.
It's a gut punch of a round for Complexity, right? They try and accelerate the pace. They find themselves towards the site, and YEKINDAR just says, oh, you thought you had a free site? No, gotta pay the toll to get into this particular spot.
He barely even saw them. The second one, just straight as the smoke bloomed, and Jame hits a no-scope. The ops all finding success. Complexity, a meager buy.
Hey, back against the wall. Series point on the line. And Flit, does he realize the player's already gotten out? He's acting as if they have, so he'll back away, give that space. Long at least taken for Complexity, but what can they do with it?
High-low. Kicker and Flit. Flash good. To force this setup to retreat. Only the long control right now for Cole. They have utility, though, to make this cross. Junior can hold at range with the scout. You have Galil's. Close the gap. It's good. Flit, does he want to go through this? There's a flash forward. He'll run in. He'll line up. It's only one. Now Kicker, the pressure's on this man. A gap for his teammate to work around, and Kicker fragging, but Floppy quick to work back in. Now sight that secure, sure. And the bomb's made it across, but the pressure is still applied. VP, they're holding in close. YEKINDAR. Oh, almost gets away, but Junior shuts it down, so now look at the money. It's rough again, and Buster needs a frag towards long. He's found it, so a 2 versus 2. Even the passive Jame might be baited in for this one. Buster, the onus is truly on him. He has the power position in this round, and Fang will hold for it. Rotation back towards the catwalk, and the timing, it's right. Buster takes a freebie, but does he know about Fang? On the site, close. He spotted! It's Buster for all 3. It's another retake for VP.
Huge round from Buster. He's been content to sort of settle back in, kick back in his chair, and let his teammates rock the majority of the fragging power in this game so far. But when he's called upon, when his number's up, he delivers to the tune of 3 big kills. And around I mean, it's not a clutch, but it kind of felt like it, since Jame didn't really get on the action until right at the tail end there. That's going to be series point found for Virtus.pro. Timeout obviously coming in for Complexity. It's do or die here, and first they need to figure out the finances before they even think about how they're going to win this round.
And the financials? The report doesn't look rough.
Doesn't?
Doesn't.
It's all right? Sufficient?
Does.
It does. Okay.
It does. It does.
It's a rough finances. They're going
Give me the last drop of copium. Left the NA fan in me, the last bit in my system. Force that out. But either way, VP's looking excellent. This double op setup has been running things home. YEKINDAR looking strong on either the op or on that rifle. Flit performing in that regard as well. And even the lower performers coming up in the clutch, or at least a clutch. It felt that way as Junior.
That looked like it was on, to be quite frank.
We'll miss out on the tag.
Not going to find it. Needs in towards long. Heavy utility coming through here from the Virtus.pro side. They want to establish a space, and Flit actually gets caught out by the blue box, but the pit player distracts, and Kickert gets two. It's an even exchange, but still it's not the worst thing in the world for Virtus.pro, and they've still got Jame towards the site. They might just want to make some noise.
Noise is one thing. Holding on another. But James found himself in the right position. Another flash. The swing, and he's so prepared. Junior is bested, and it's another for Jame. He's just picking away at range, and Floppy's left, but Jame will shut down Virtus.pro. They've booked their ticket. They've made it to the finals in impressive standing.
That they have. I mean, an incredible showing from Virtus.pro. It's kind of what we expected headed into Dust2. There was always the hope that Complexity would be able to make something spicier out of that.
Yeah.
But it was a hope. It was a far-flung thought. And Virtus